Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you may be from around the world. This is Arjuna coming at you with another video. So here we go. Here's what we got today. Today I'm actually not going to talk too much about magic, subliminals, or pheromones. For that matter, it's not much of anything I normally talk about at all, but it is something that's been an instrumental part of my journey. And it all started last year when just around I started finishing stage 7 of the Wealth Magic run for the first time that I've ever done. First time I ever finished the ritual with Klonic. I started experiencing a phenomenon that geared me to kind of drift towards cryptocurrency. And if any of you remember how cryptocurrency worked back in 2017, end of 2017 to the beginning of 2018, there was so much freaking demand for it. Like, it was insane. Like, the amount of times that I've heard about Bitcoin between November of 2017 and April of 2018 was so ballistic that around February, March, I actually jumped in myself. I jumped headfirst, bought some crypto, lost a lot of money. It's not that much money, but like it was a lot of money to me at the time, And I learned a lot of lessons. I learned quite a bit on investing and how volatility isn't necessarily the greatest thing to invest in. But aside from all that, I kind of want to go into a little bit of a topic on the cost of not investing in anything, whether it be bonds, stocks, whatever to you, even putting it into a high yield savings account or even a regular savings account with interest. Any of that, the cost of not investing your money is a lot greater than you may think, especially the way that compounding interest works. And the good news is you can start investing right now using an app called Robinhood. The link is in the description down below. What it does is you get one free stock for signing up, which you can either hold or you can sell right off the bat. You can sell it right off the bat and make a quick 5, 6, 7, 10 bucks, however much that stock is worth at that time. And you can use that money to buy a stock that you really like. So I'm gonna dive head first, okay? Back in 2018, right? That's when I started investing. I started investing in Bitcoin, and I started investing in Ethereum, and I started investing in all these small altcoins, which are like very obscure. Like, one of them was high performance blockchain. It had great potential. I truly believed in the company at the time, but if we look at it now, the actual value of the high performance blockchain currency has like gone down, which, to be fair, the entire cryptocurrency market itself has gone down in comparison to April of 2018, when it was kind of at its all-time high. If like the all-time high was really in December of 2017, but like around April of 2018, that's probably one of the worst times to jump into it. So I did lose money, and there is one of the philosophies of investing, probably if not the most important philosophy of investing, is do not put more money in than you are willing or are able to afford to lose. Because that is just the nature of this industry, right? Investing is a risk. It's a risky game. And the fact that it has risks makes it like there is a chance that you could lose some of the money, like the experience that I've had, because I didn't understand really the markets. But it wasn't a loss. I do not take that as a loss. I take that as a very valuable learning experience. It was a costly learning experience, but the cost of not having experienced that would mean that I wouldn't be in the position that I am today. And I'm not saying that I'm a great investor by any means. In fact, I'm still a novice. I still am so new at investing. I just found out what investing options was yesterday. But here's the thing. Let's say I didn't even invest that first dollar, right, into Bitcoin. Let's say back in 2018, I just skipped the investment phase altogether. I'd be here today with just spending my money paycheck to paycheck, not really putting money into a savings account or anything like that, because I never understood the value of what it's like to invest into something, taking a risk, and losing it. So that's actually a very valuable experience. But I don't even want to talk about all that, because there is a lot of money to be made in stock market, and there is a lot of money to be made in investing in general. There's a lot of money to lose. I just got to be real. There is money to lose. But there are certain ways that you can actually learn to use the stock market and use the resources at your fingertips. Lately, I've been listening to a lot of wealth subliminals, right? Financial subliminals, because I'm ready to take my finances to the next level. I am pretty happy with where I am at financially, but I do want more. I want to buy a house. And in order to buy a house, I need the down payment to do so. And in order to get the down payment to do so, I obviously have to save money. But I can only save so much money per paycheck without severely living below my means. And when I say severely living below my means, I'm talking about like starving basically, because I've already eliminated a lot of my eating out habits, which I don't know if I mentioned it in previous videos, but I want to say at least like 1/5 of my paychecks had gone straight into eating out, because I was single. I don't really have much to do. I have a lot of free time. Any time that I spend at work, obviously I'm not going to spend that on cooking because I'm spending it at work. And when I get home after 8, 9, 10, 11-hour days, I'm not trying to cook food. And to me at that time, it was okay to really be eating out. I was eating Whataburger a lot. I was eating out with friends a lot. And at the time it worked, but I had to obviously change my lifestyle, and because I wanted to save more money. Not to mention I had a girlfriend about 3 months ago, and we've been eating together, we've been cooking food, and it's been an incredible experience, and it's been saving a lot of money, because I found this grocery store called Joe V's, and ever since I found that grocery store, I've never gone anywhere else to shop, and I have become a diehard Joe V's shop. I'm a diehard Joe V's fan, because I got a carton of eggs, and I'll never stop telling this story, right? I went into Joe V's, looked around, I got a carton of eggs, and it cost me 52 cents for a dozen eggs. I was like, holy crap. Looked at the expiration date. It looked like it was a regular pack of eggs. But the only catch is, it was not the greatest quality of eggs. I mean, granted, it was the H-E-B generic brand Hill Country Fare. It's like the Great Value of Walmart. So, with that being the case, it wasn't the best eggs. But still, you can't be 52 cents an egg. That's like a nickel. I'm sorry, 52 cents for a carton? That's a nickel per egg. That's insane. So I started buying at Joe V's and like saving money and starting to live below my means a little bit more, and then like adjusting my lifestyle to allow myself to have more available cash funds so that I can save up for this house that I want to get. And so if we're talking a little bit further, right? I only have X amount of money in my paycheck. Then that's just a fact, because when I am at work, I trade my time for money. It is a linear transaction. I give 1 hour at work and I get 1 hour's worth of wages in return. So there has to be a way for me to get out of the rat race, so to speak, right? We always hear about that. We always hear about people trying to get rich quick. We always hear about these next new big things out there. And like, honestly, like if something comes quickly, you should be skeptical about it. If they promise fast gains, because everything from what I've learned, everything worthwhile having in life is going to require absolute hard work, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit, and then I'm going to fast forward into why we're even on this video, which is investing in the first place. So the cost of not investing, right? Let's see, for instance, if I hypothetically make minimum wage at in Houston, Texas, which I do not, but let's just say hypothetically I make minimum wage, I am obviously very limited to how much money I have. And that's a real struggle that I can really find myself in a trap. But there are resources out there. There's resources out there that's very available. Like if I'm making $7.25 an hour, I'm more than likely going to be able to get on food stamps. So there's also other government assistance that can help me. So just hear me out, right? Let's say for instance $7, let's round that up to, let's just say $10 for the sake of argument, because I'm really bad at math and I can't do math at the top of my head, so let's just pretend minimum wage is $10. And let's say I'm working 40 hours a week. Before taxes, that's $400. Or after taxes, which is about 17 to 20%, that's about $350. And I've told you, I can't do math, so I don't know what that number is. So $350 per week, which times 4 pay periods in a month, 350 times 4, let's say 300 times 4 is 1,200. Let's add another couple hundreds, $1,400 a month. So $600 in rent, $200 in insurance, which is $800, and I have $200 in food, which is $1,000. And let's say that other $400 is miscellaneous expenses, right? Car notes, car insurance, cell phone bills, lights, and all that, right? And That $600 is assuming that you live with another person, and that's actually the rent I pay, $600 renting a room in a house from a person that I know. So that's actually a good deal. I'm living below my means in that regard because I could easily be spending $800, $900 on an apartment by myself, and that would just like completely increase my level of like I would be living above my means at that point. So let's think about it in this perspective, right? So if I'm making $1,400 a month, I can easily let Robinhood, this app that I mentioned down below, and I've mentioned before, and I'm going to include a link down below. In this app, you can actually set it to automatically transfer money from your bank account to the app in a cycle that you choose. I chose every 2 weeks because I get paid every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, $50 goes from my checking account, which is linked to my bank account. Robinhood actually takes that $50 and puts it into the Robinhood app. And that's very helpful because it's like an automatic savings account right there. Of course, it's not an interest account because it's just sitting in Robinhood. It's basically like moving it from my wallet, my physical wallet, to a different wallet. It's still my wallet. It's still sitting there, but the cash is still sitting there collecting dust unless I do something with it, right? And that's where this all came to about. This whole concept of me investing came into existence because I was investing in Bitcoin and I was starting to see some diminishing returns, and then I started like seeing no returns, and like I lost some money. In fact, actually, I didn't truly lose money because I haven't sold out my position yet. Let me just say it this way: that Bitcoin that I bought, that Ethereum that I bought, those altcoins that I bought, have just depreciated in value tremendously. But I have averaged them down, and every time the market has come down a little bit more, I've purchased a little bit more and lowered my average purchase price. So back when Bitcoin was 16,000, if I were to continue to buy then and I held it till now, and now it's worth 7,000, I've lost more than half of my, like it's lost half of its value. But if I keep buying more and more as the value goes down, I've lowered my average cost of acquisition. And based on the trend of Bitcoin, I know it's going to go up after it goes down, after it goes up, after it goes down, after it goes up. Even though it's very volatile, I can't predict the swings because nobody can predict the swings. I have made a little money on little swings here and there. Bought it low, knowing that it's going to go high. It reached a certain number, had it automatically sell, and then it goes low again, had it automatically buy, then it automatically sells again when it goes a little bit higher. So everything that I've kind of thought I lost, I've kind of earned back, and I've actually had this extra capital because obviously I profited from those transactions. So what I did was I invested it back into the market. Except this time I didn't invest it into cryptocurrency because cryptocurrency is a very volatile. It's extremely volatile. It's almost like it's crazy the roller coaster of emotions that I actually went through, like going up, down, up, down. Oh no, I lost half my value, and then oh cool, I just earned some of it back, and you know, like it's a roller coaster. There are some things that are much better invested. Like I have a couple positions in some stocks. One of them is called KNOP, which is not, as in like tying a knot, not offshore partners. And what they are is they're a company that is in the oil industry. And while we know the oil industry isn't the most stable, what they do is they actually own tankers. They own big old carriages that travel from one country to another country through sea, and they carry liquid on them. And it's not just any liquid, it's oil-based compounds, liquefied natural gas to be specific, LNG. Or I think it's liquefied. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on what LNG actually stands for. So forgive me on that. If you know what it is, correct me, or if I'm right, let me know. So anyway, this company owns 20 or 30, I'm not sure of the exact number, of these tankers. And what they do is they sell contracts. They have contracts with other companies that make sure that use their services to transport the liquid from its source to its destination. And this company, not or KNOP, which is their stock ticker symbol, what they do is they don't actually, well, for instance, they don't actually buy and sell the liquid. What they do is they move it, they transport it. Let's say, for instance, the oil industry goes down. These tankers are still there, and these tankers can still move liquid from one place to another. If we go from a place where we're using oil primarily to liquefied natural gas, LNG, we could still use these tankers, and these tankers are still going to be in business, even if crude oil directly is sinks and becomes obsolete. So there's some safety net in that, and this company KNOT or KNOP, whatever you want to call it, I call it NOP. NOP actually pays dividends. They pay, I want to say, somewhere between 7 and 10% dividend yield. So for every share that you own, they pay you 10% every quarter just for holding on to one of their shares. For instance, there was a point in time when their shares were worth $20 a pop, right? And since one share is $20 a pop, let's say 10% of that, that's $2. So I got $2 for every share that I held for every quarter just for having that stock as a dividend. And that's the coolest thing, because the price of that stock, actually, it stays between $17.50 and $21.50. It stays between that range. I've looked at the long-term timelines of this stock, and it stays between that range. So I can always set a limit order to buy when it's in the desired price range, $17.50, $18 or something like that. And then I don't sell it, because this is something that you buy and hold for an entire quarter so that you can get paid the dividends, which then gives you compounding interest, which stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks over time. Now, let me say this. I am not a financial advisor, okay? I am not anyone who anybody should be taking advice from. I'm just a regular guy who learned how the market works slightly because I lost a couple bucks, but then I spent a lot of time learning about what I want to do and how I want to make it. And I'm actually starting to see little results here and there, here and there, here and there. And right now I have about $2,500 in my Robinhood account, all because every 2 weeks I get $50 sent into there, $50 sent into there. And ever since I stopped eating out, that $200 that I used to spend out, or probably more actually, I haven't actually financially broken it down, like $10 a meal twice a day, 3 times a day, that's $20 a day. Maybe that math comes out to $600 a month at $20 a day and 30 days. Holy shit, I hope I wasn't spending that much. But anyway, the fact that I wasn't spending that much on eating out anymore means that I have more available money just sitting in my bank account. And I don't like money just sitting in my bank account because it doesn't work for anybody. And my interest rate is like 0.1% in my checkings account. They take more in fees every month just for having that account than they do in the interest that they pay. So it's like not even worth it. Having money sitting in the account is actually a loss because the money is not working for me. You have to make money work for you. And the best way to do that is to invest. Find something that you have a big passion for, and this is very important. Find something that you have a passion for. You have to be willing to spend hours researching something that has numbers, has charts, has graphs. You have to listen to news podcasts. You have to listen to what people have to say about this company. You have to listen to their earnings report. You have to look at the profitability of their company. Like, you really have to do your research, and it's not something that is so easy that you could just drop $50 into and then it magically starts compounding overnight. You have to make sure you pick the right company, and you have to make sure you pick something that you believe in, because if you believe in something, then you have this attachment towards it, and you actually kind of put yourself in the position of the company, and you see how they're doing altogether. You actually get to see it from a different perspective than if you're just somebody who's looking at it from the outside perspective, looking at it just from the charts, and you're just going to throw money at it hoping that you can catch a swing or catch a day trade and make profit off it, which you can. I'm not saying you can't, but I've tried that and it's risky and I've lost a lot, but I also have gained a lot. I have to keep that. I have been lucky on some of those bets. Like I told you about the Bitcoin, like buy it low, sell it, buy it low, sell it. But we're not talking about that right now, right? We're talking about NOP, this amazing company that has paid dividends over time. So every time I see the stock price of NOP go below $19, my system automatically kicks in to buy it. When it's over $20 a share, I don't let it move. I don't let it touch. I don't let Robinhood even pull money out of my pool and buy the stock. So what I do is I just wait until it is the right time to buy, and then the limit order automatically kicks in. And what a limit order is you can actually program Robinhood, which is the app. You can actually program Robinhood to automatically buy the stock at the price you want when it gets there. So you don't always have to be on your phone. You don't have to always be looking at the markets like you see those people on TV and in Hollywood who's always staring at charts and graphs if they're a Wall Street investor. You don't have to do that. Technology can do that for you. You just predetermine a set price that you want to buy it for, and then if you want to have a predetermined set price you want to sell it for, and let the machine and automation do its thing. And the great thing about Robinhood is you don't have to pay any fees, you don't have to pay any commissions, you don't have to have a minimum purchase amount. You can buy one share if you want and hold it forever. You can even buy 25 shares, or you can even just put $5 in at a time. Anyway, guys, my time is running out on this video. I am about to approach the end of my time. So if you guys like this video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Much appreciated to everybody who's watching my channel. And make sure you sign up for Robinhood using my link down below, because you do get a free stock out of it. So maybe more in a future video. I don't know. But till then, peace out, guys.